How's it going, guys? It's me, Dumbo, the Dumbo Taku Anime Channel here today, as I promised, Monday, not asleep, with Aokana Episode 7 Reaction Review. Now, I've come back to this series with full expectation, full hope of the series, because you know how I've been saying that I've been bored with this series in the first few episodes, with episode 2 through 4, and then after episode 5, I just totally got back into this episode, or the series. And for good reason, because honestly this series is getting a lot better with all of what's going on in the show. And after last episode, I made all these predictions and hypotheses that, you know, after this tournament phase thing that they're going to be going through another direction with the slice of life and a romance and these two girls and whatever, right? Like a visual novel is supposed to do, right? But unfortunately, or not unfortunately, but like apparently that's not the case. I am wrong, and not. Well, I might not be wrong now, but for now, doesn't seem to be going in that direction as I assumed. Episode 7 continues off from episode 6 with the tournament, right? But basically, they stay through the whole tournament to see the final match, and the final match happens between the awesome dude Shindo, who's like a power, like he's pretty cool after that whole episode, versus that one girl with the white hair and then like the weird new flying circus grab shoes, right? And after like a match, right, just like Shindo got destroyed. Now, this whole new episode is bringing up this new sort of thing in the series and a new like topic and possibly something from the visual novel that, you know, might be actually part of the common route, but it's pretty interesting in myself. So basically, throughout the whole match, Shindo was being controlled and dominated by this one girl who apparently, from what I got from the anime, is a technique or like kind of flying circus strategy that counters the whole game itself and like what you usually do in the game. It's an anti-flying circus strategy, and they apparently call it the bird cage or something like that. And that's just evil, or like I guess I first assumed that was evil, but then throughout the episode we see that Asuka and Shindo sort of see it as like an interesting sort of view, and that, you know, there's more to this game and you get to like sort of work around it, and they're still interested. But then I'm sort of like in the view with Misaki, because Misaki sort of sees this as like, oh, Shindo, who beat me and Asuka, got destroyed by this technique, and like I don't understand why these two are like excited and like they're like not sad about losing, right? So it's sort of an interesting thing. Now, if this is like how Misaki's route goes, then this would be a probably cool thing from the visual novel that I really want to play right now. But basically the gist of it is that after the whole tournament thing, right, basically Shindo lost, and then they go back to do their normal thing, right? You know, it's like back to square one. We'll go work for the fall tournament. So there's another tournament coming up in the series, right? That might possibly be the last episode, or like the last chance to redeem themselves in this series. But we don't know how that's gonna go. So throughout the episode, we just see that Misaki is in like a very huge downslope after losing her match, or just seeing the whole tournament unfold after seeing Shindo lose, and then seeing Asuka's jealousy and whatnot. It really sucks, but I mean, in the sports anime, it seems pretty common, and I'm surprised I don't see this a lot more. I think I see this in Haikyuu sometimes. Not exactly sure, don't quote me on that. But yeah, just Misaki throughout this whole episode is on a down slump, and then she's just trying to get her mind off like flying circus and everything. Eventually, she runs into Shindo, who talks to her about the whole situation, right? You know, like, how could you be so happy, or how could you be fine right now? Aren't you sad that you lost and whatnot? And he says the same thing. Like, you know, I didn't expect to see such a tactic, such a strategy in this game. It kind of makes me excited, you know, you gotta work a way around it, and it makes me more interested and want to work harder and, you know, try the thing, right? So he's enjoying the sport. Misaki doesn't see that, and she's basically questioning herself inside the FC club. So basically, the end of the episode, we see our club members gather at the club. The new term starting. They're gonna start their club activities to start training for the fall tournament. But Misaki quits the club now. Messiah makes a good point about this sport, right? In their barbecue party they had in the middle of the episode, whereas like, you know, they should continue flying as long as they're having fun. You know, all that matters is that you guys have fun while you're flying, right? But apparently to me, Misaki doesn't seem to be having fun whatsoever. And I think it's because of the tournament and just like everything else about Flying Circus. She sort of saw it in like a competitive way, and you know, she forgot the part about it being fun and stuff. Because she quit FC Club before, right, in the first episode, but then she joins back again after seeing Asuka. So now this all changes everything, because basically the next episode is just like them questioning Misaki. It's like, why'd you quit? And all this stuff is like, why won't you come back? And like that, so the sort of slice of life-esque elements coming on down. And we might learn more about Misaki herself in like in her route in the visual novel, or we might actually see more of Asuka too, because you know, these two characters are probably like the main leads in this series. They're in the ending, and Asuka has some sort of like, you know, huge background that drives her to be, you know, this good in the sport. And then Misaki has this whole like downfall after the tournament. Messiah has like this thing because he quit being a coach for FC, or quit being a player. So all three of these things are going to come together, and it's because of Misaki. And like in the ending of the anime, we see like this whole ending dedicated to Asuka and Misaki. And in the small like 1 minute, right, we also see us like them fighting out in Flying Circus too. So what I'm assuming is that after this whole thing, right, Asuka is going to be the one that brings Misaki back to see the fun in Flying Circus, and then they'll just bring her back more to just like, okay, I see what you guys are doing, and like, you know, I forgot this important thing about having fun in this sport and whatnot. And then she'll be back to Flying Circus, and then maybe episode 12 is just the fall tournament and whatnot. So that's something interesting I might see, you know, because it doesn't have to be like a romance-esque kind of thing. I think in the genres it did say romance, but I don't remember. I don't see any I don't see any parts of romance in this series whatsoever. So I think it's gonna be like full sports, just like, you know, sports slice of life, S kind of thing with the Flying Circus and Misaki and Asuka and whatnot, unless something happens that changes, you know, my whole thinking process right now. But anyways, overall this episode was pretty exciting. Things have gone down for a different turn, you know, because this whole tournament's over, but we see that the characters are like, you know, at a dark place right now, and we'll see how that goes. So thank you guys for watching this video. I hope you guys enjoyed me being awake on Monday, not sleeping, and putting this off till later. And I hope you guys liked the video. If you enjoyed, like the video because Aokana is pretty awesome. Subscribe because next week I'll be back with episode 8. And follow me on Twitter at @thedomotaku, because I love using Twitter and I love to talk about all the animes and whatnots that I do here. And that's about it, guys. So I hope you guys enjoyed. Take care wherever you're at, and I'll see you guys on the next video on the Domotaku anime channel. So take care, guys, and mata ne.